When Tom Price became Secretary of Health and Human Services in February, he left a vacancy in Georgia's 6th Congressional District, and a mere 18 candidates are vying to fill it. 30-year-old Jon Ossoff is one of them. He's got big Democratic money behind him, hoping he'll be able to swing a traditionally Republican district with a wave of anti-Trump rhetoric. Alexandra Jaffe went to Ossoff's non-traditional campaign headquarters to find out how he plans to make his case.
I'm Han Solo, Captain of the Millennium Falcon.
Republicans are using this ad to paint Jon Ossoff, a congressional staffer turned investigative filmmaker, as too young and inexperienced for Congress.
Sorry, Johnny, but the truth strikes back.
The GOP super PAC behind it is spending $1.1 million on the air to attack him. Ossoff is young. He's running parts of his campaign out of his parents' house in the wealthy suburbs north of Atlanta. His campaign manager strategizes at their dinner table. His finance operation works out of his parents' basement.
This is just your basement.
A little bit of an informal setup, but it's getting the job done, right?
But Ossoff doesn't currently live in the district. How can you represent the district if you don't live here?
I grew up in this district. I grew up in this community. I live about 10 minutes south of the line right now because my girlfriend's a medical student at Emory Hospital. And I'll let that speak for itself.
Ossoff says he'll move back into the district when his girlfriend is done with medical school. What he won't do is sound like a normal, spontaneous 30-year-old. His stance on Obamacare...
I think the solution is for everyone to commit to taking a problem-solving approach to it.
Neil Gorsuch's nomination...
Well, that's really a matter for the Senate to decide.
Working with Trump?
I think it comes down to the merits of the policies that are being offered.
Ossoff sounds like a politician twice his age. That's probably because he can't afford to slip up. Democrats think he really is their only hope to flip Georgia's 6th district. And the race is being watched as a test case of how much they can run against Trump in the midterms.
This is the first chance in the country for us to make a statement about what we believe in.
Georgia's 6th is full of exactly the kind of Republicans that Democrats think they can flip because of Trump. People here make nearly 30 grand more than the average American. And the high school graduation rate is nearly twice the nation's average.
I don't think that we would have gotten this type of support or attention in the 6th Congressional District if people weren't terrified for their futures.
Local Republican voters are open to a change.
I really want to come out and learn more about it.
I'm really glad that you did.
Kristen voted for Trump, but she told me she's looking for a candidate who's not too partisan.
I mean, I think I want to hear authenticity. I want to hear someone that is not so strong in an extreme right or left direction that they have completely tuned out other people's ideas and opinions.
Ossoff's message seemed tailor-made for Kristen. Some have called this race a referendum on Donald Trump. Would you agree with that?
I don't think it's a referendum on Donald Trump. I think a vote for me is a vote for me before it is a vote against the president. I think that local issues matter more than national politics here in Georgia's 6th district. That's what I'm hearing for voters as well.
Ossoff has a measured response on Trump because he's trying not to antagonize those winnable Republicans. At the same time, he still needs the Democratic base to turn out. So he's putting out ads like these.
That's why it's so concerning to see President Trump act impulsively. He's not only embarrassing us on the world stage, he could start an unnecessary war.
That trying to have it both ways is one reason why Republicans are still confident about the race. They believe that GOP voters are still overall pretty satisfied with Trump. And Trump's Georgia state director points out that a special election is different. Turnout is low and base voters go to the polls, not those moderates Ossoff needs.
It's a very traditional Republican district, and Star Wars cosplayers is not necessarily going to play well in that community. And so I think Ossoff is going to struggle for some of those reasons.
I don't mind being compared to Han Solo. We'll see what they come with, and I'll be prepared both to defend myself and to strike back.